Hello, 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 everyone. How are we doing? Nice to see you. Full cam. That one. Hello. How are you? Another view. Haven't even bothered to put the green screen up anymore. How are we? Hopes everyone's doing well. I can't. This is the most excited I've been for a stream in I don't know how long. Just the feedback after putting that video out on. My God, was it only last night? Last night. I've never had so many positive comments, so many great suggestions. People, you know, when you have a frustration in your head and it goes along for ages and then you don't do anything, you're just like, oh, it's just me. It's just me being grumpy about something. And then when you post something and you talk about it and everyone's like, yeah, I hate that too. I hate that too. So it turns out we all hate scrolling through loads of mods to set up game saves. So hopefully this piece of software is gonna change all of that. I'm super excited to show it to you. So there's been quite even from the video last night. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get much sleep last night because I was just too excited. So I was throwing in new things and trying new things, and some of the suggestions are already in there. So let me know what you think. So we'll have a look at it now. So I'm kind of breaking up. You can see I've not started a game here, but I've opened FS. So you'll probably remember if you watch the vid. There's my kind of 4 core save games. The herdsman is dead, by the way, because the RCS version of the map crashed the save. So I've lost like where I was in the field with my crops, and my animals are all disappeared and all that. So it's in essence it's dead. I might as well delete it actually, but I'll leave it in for now. I've got slots 5 and 6 empty for a reason, and then I've got some other stuff that I've just been messing around with. In fact, Ray County Test was one I was trying before, so I'll delete that one. So we know we've got slots 5 and 6 and 9 empty. So I just wanted to show you that, and I'm also going to remind you that we are in game and we're not coming out of the game for this. Certainly this first part, we do have to for the second part. So, dun dun dun. Oh, sorry, yeah, it would help if I actually put it on the right one. So, yeah, 4 game saves, 2 gaps, couple more game saves, load of gaps. Right, try again. Sorry. God, do you think after 5 years I know what I was doing here? So, here we go, though. Let's tab out. Oh my God, everything running tonight. There we go. So there we go. This is the new FarmSim hub. Running 547 mods at the moment. You can see I've got auto drive and courseplay selected as favorites here. And I kind of thought what would do is in essence go through the process of showing you how your initial setup with this would work. Walt, would you be able to delete bad mods? So I have avoided being able to download or remove mods. This is a management system rather than a replacement for what you would do in game. Now, not to say that that won't change in the future, but it's baby steps, right? We'll keep building on it and improving it as things improve. So I've just noticed that if I go full screen, you can't see the whole mod. So let's do that, and then you can see the nav down the side. I'll make it a bit bigger as well because I know it's quite small. So there we go. Right. So I've got my mods. Got my favorites at the top here. Now I have about 20. I don't know if it's 20. It might even be more than that now. But let's go in. I'm going to select them now. So I always have additional game settings. I always have cab cinematic. I always have create fields with cultivator, damage bar selection, easy dev, of course. I mean, who doesn't these days? Exhaust extension. We're going to keep going through here. Aussie's garage mod, of course. Increased light range, increased work area for pickups, interactive control. So it's just giving you an idea of the sort of stuff that every time I start a game save, I have to go through all of these mods and find these. But hopefully I'm doing it once here. Manual attach, mobile workshop, there's another one. So I'm doing this in real time. I want you to kind of play a movement. I like that one. Real dirt color. There you go. Round bale extension. Shout out to Argsy. We'll put seasonal wool in there because we need that at some point. I do my texture streaming. Variable tide pressure I'm going to leave off this time. Time saving stock check, can't forget that. Absolute banker every time. So let's say we've got that. Sim dashboard. Always have Sim dashboard installed as well. So there you go. We have now got our, scroll back to the top, favorite mods here. Actually, it tells me there I've got 21. So in the side there, I've got 21. I will check back to some of the chat in a minute. I'm trying to do two things at once. I am so excited. You could crush a great. Ain't that the truth, Doc? Ain't that the truth? So there's my favorite mod. So now if I click on favorite, it just shows me my favorite mods. If I click on mods, it just shows me all the mods, but it also shows me the favorites as well. So you can still see all the other mods. You can also see all your maps separately. You can also favorite your maps. So let's favorite Backroads by the FSG crew. So Backroads, that's a favorite map of mine. And if I go back to, I can either click on Mod Manager or I can either go back to mods here. If I go to Mod Manager, actually, it shows you all the mods that you favorited and the maps you favorited. Obviously, if you're in mods, it'll just show you the mods that you favorited. Obviously, in maps, it'll just show you the maps that you favorited. So there we go. Nice. We like that. All our favorite mods. Always sitting there, always ready to go. So, I'm trying to think of the best order to do this, actually. Let's talk about a new addition. Before I do that, I knew I'd forget to do so. Search mods. Actually, I've forgotten I needed auto load. Universal auto load from Loki. Now, I can go and scroll down through this and find it if I want to, or I could just go auto load. Look, I've only put 5 letters in auto L, and there is universal auto load. So I can favorite it from there. Now, obviously, because the search is on, it's only showing you those mods. So if I then remove the search, it takes me back to all of my mods. And there we go, 23 now, because we've got the map in there as well. In fact, I'm going to turn the map off again. So we've got a nice round 22. So there we go, 22 selected mods, all of my favorites. Brilliant, always there, very helpful. By the way, I'm splitting this into two. First is just creating a game save. So if you store, so there's 2 types of FarmSim players, right? There is people who dump all of their mods in one folder, which has been me in FS25. I was a multi-folder guy most of the time in FS22. And 25, I've not bothered yet. Might change. And then there are people who use FSG's mod assistant and have multiple folders. This should cater for both of you. Does it automatically update when there's new mods on the mod hub? No, it doesn't yet. And I'm not sure whether I'll introduce that because it's going to prompt you every time you launch the game anyway. So it'll just update them into the folders you're in anyway. So I kind of feel like I might be just duplicating effort there. So anyway, regardless, that might be something we look at in the future. So there we go. There's mods. I've lost my train of thought now. Yes. So new feature. And a lot of you suggested that. In fact, Oz was the first one to suggest it, but maybe 20 different people said, wouldn't it be cool if you could have collections? So you can now have collections. So we're going to create a new collection. You give it a name. So let's call it UK Machinery as the suggestion was. And let's go, we've got 8 different colors to choose from here as well. So what we're going to do now, we're going to scroll through here and pick some. So Bailey trailers, very British. Bailey Bowser, very British. Bookman trailers, all right, it's not an I4 Williams, but it's close. We're going to look at a Case Puma 185. That's pretty British. Smaller fence, so like a fence 700. Yeah, that's pretty British. Some old Fords. So there you go, TW35 and the 7810. They're very British. Let's keep going. 6R John's Deere. 6M, that'll do. That's very British. What else have we got on here? Let's just grab a couple more for good measure. There's a Richard Weston trailer. Let's grab, we'll do one more. The Volvo pack, there you go. We've got a nice truck there now as well. Right, so obviously build what you want. JCB, of course. What am I thinking? Let's throw a few of Ross N's things in there. So there we go. Fast Track 4000, 8000, and his Agri Load All. There we go. Jobs are good and right. So, UK machinery. If we scroll back to the top of this collection now, there is your UK machinery. Nice. So, all good. Create collection. So now you can see down the left-hand side here, we have got favorites, which is just your favorite mods, all your maps, but you've also got a collection called UK Machinery, which shows you what you've selected here. Very cool. Let's quickly do another collection. Let's call it Big US. Big US Kit. And let's throw in, oh, I don't know, where are we? Where's the big JD? The 30. Did I scroll past all the case stuff? Probably. There we go. Let's do the Steigers. Let's do the Tiger Mate. Let's do the Speed Tiller pack. I don't know, a Shank. There we go. A Dalton Shank. We've got some anhydrous stuff here. Let's do that. And one for the road. Let's go with oh, in fact, I'll tell you what I'll go with. I'll go with my Ford from the guys at Northwest Mods and Edits. The Ford and the Kenworth. There you go. So we've got a big US kit, okay? Create that collection too. So you'll see now, you've got that coloured blue, big US kit, and UK machinery. So, there we go. Okay? All happy? Everybody following me? And this is my aim with this, was to try and make it as intuitive as possible, as easy as possible for people to use. But probably one of my, and it's a very small bugbear with FSG's mod assistant. Actually, it's quite hard to work out what to do with it without a little bit of direction. So, trying to keep this narrow. Can you search when creative collections? Absolutely. Let me just demo that for you. So, oh, yes, there we go. So let's call it collection 3. Let's say we've called it collection 3. I want John Deere. There you go. So yes, you can search all that. So again, you don't. My aim was with that to always be able to search as well. So back to Mod Manager. Now let's create a game save. So let's go. I want to create a new game. It pulls in the base game, maps here. So that was hard to do, to be honest, because they're obviously not part of the mod pack. Same issue with DLCs, which we'll come on to as well. So anyway, we've got our maps here, everything we've got installed. Before I go much further, I want to show you this as well. So Etruria, good example. If I click on Etruria, it tells me that there are map dependencies. And if you clicked add 9 mods, in fact, I'll do it. Add 9 mods to loadout. It will automatically add those mods, so when you load in the game, there aren't any mods missing. Obviously, you have to have them downloaded, so you might have to run the game once. Or, to be honest, if they're not installed, even though it's reminded you they're needed, it will download them the first time you launch the map as well. Then you go into here. We're going to call this Etruria Test. There we go. So you have to give it a name here. I left that blank, but it helps rather than having my farm, 20 my farms, which gets a bit annoying. You have to put it helps, trust me. And it definitely helps when we start to create separate folders. Everything else, in fact, I'm going to put this down to £1. There we go, for starting cash. Just so you can see that it's pulling through this data when it comes in. You can actually get, I tried it last night, a £999 billion loan now, which you obviously couldn't in-game, unless you went in and edited XMLs. Thank you, Blue Jester. Very kind. But how many times have you selected a map and then selected your mods, and then when you hit the start game, it says, no, you need additional mods for this, and it kicks you back out, and you have to go through the whole process again. So we ain't doing that. So anyway, gameplay settings. Originally, all I had here was the 4 that you have at the start. So whatever they are. You know what I mean? When you load up, when you select a map. So starting money, difficulty, and things like that. So seasonal growth and all of this is actually in the in-game menus. So it's actually writing more than you actually get if you start a game within FarmSim, because then you have to go into your menus and set all of this stuff separately. So I forever forget to go in and change my AI worker refills from buy to off. They're default to buy. To switch them to off, and I always forget, and I end up spending me money. So there we go. Settings all done. Yeah, happy with that. Now we go next. So here we are in our game. There are 20 selected favorite mods. So we've got those. Sorry, 22. But if I scroll down here, you can see the El Pego, the best one, the Dondi. The best one is the Fiat Agri. So it's selected those required mods and has activated them for you already in here. So you haven't had to do anything. But here's the fun bit. Now, if you want to say, well, I'm actually going to play this map with UK machinery. I want to play it with UK machinery. So your collections here are at the top. Remember we set them up here? So set them up once, there forever. Click on UK machinery. Bosh. You can see now, it's highlighted, 13 pieces. Now we've got to remember what we put in there, but if I scroll down here, there you go. Your Bailey Bowser, your Bailey trailers, your Buckman trailer, your Case Puma. In fact, the best one to do is, there you go, the old Fords, TW35 and 7810. Your JCBs. So it's remembered that it's loaded those in as a collection, so you could create an old iron set, a US set, a British set, I don't know, a dairy farming set, an arable set, whatever you want. Like, the sky's the limit. And it doesn't stop at, I know there's only 8 colours, but it doesn't stop at 8. You can keep going. So you can have as many collections as you want down there. So anyway, there we go. UK machinery. Now, if I unclick that, let's just go down to, there you go, Ford Series TWs, gone. So it just switches all of them off again. But we're gonna leave them on for the sake of this, okay? So there we go. All of the favourites, all of the required mods for Etruria, and the UK machinery collection even. Hit create save, and it says save game created. Etruria test, because that's the name we gave it, has been created. Load it from career save game 5. So we go back to FarmSim quickly. Game 1, Game 2, Game 3, Game 4 were already taken. So the app's looked at it and gone, oh, I can't put anything in those. So I'll drop it in here. So there we go, Etruria test. Look, money, starting money, £1. So it's sitting in there. Now, before we go any further, I'm going to just quickly go back to here, because I want to show you that at the moment I've got a message here and you can't read it very well on this, but this service is designed to work with FSG's mod assistant that support multiple mod folders. Base game maps and DLC packs are not included in the copy, because you don't need them to, because they're base game, so they'll load in anyway. Hey Sheffel, how you doing? This is done on Rust Tim as the back end, and we're using React as the front end for it. But now I can copy selected mod stuff. I'm not going to do it now because we're going to create a second save and do it that way. But so now I'm done. I'm done. I can either create another save here, or I can just go back to the hub. We'll come back to this bit here. So back to the hub. There you go. Still remembered your favorites. Your favorites will always be there unless you switch them off. So if we go to the game now, double click on Etruria test. DLCs are activated by default. I haven't found a way of getting around this yet, other than precision farming, because technically it sits in the mod folder. These don't sit in the mod folder. These sit in the PDLC folder. And by default, they're switched on by the game. I'm wrestling with this one. I don't know whether or not I can get these to activate or deactivate. So I might just, by default, they'll always be on, and you can go in and switch them off if you want to. So let's turn them all off except for Mercedes-Benz, because you get the cameras. So if I scroll down here now, though, obviously this is my entire mod folder, as you would, because this is the point in the save game that you would start then clicking on your mods. But you don't need to now, because look, there's my favorites. The ones that I selected in the mod, there's the Bailey trailers again, the Bookman trailer, Cab Cinematics. So there's a mixture here, the Case Puma, Courseplay, Great Fields, so you've Easy Dev, so on and so forth. All the things that you selected in the mod are done. Let's look. There's the old Fords. Where's there we go. There's the JCBs. So everything's in there, all done. So I just hit start now. Now, obviously, this has taken us a bit of time because we've been selecting folders and collections and things like that. But it's a one and done thing rather than doing that every single time. NX, absolutely, mate. You know where to find me. This should be in base game. Well, you can add it to the list of things that Giants decide not to put in base game. I'm pretty sure this one will be down the list. But yes, I agree. I agree. To not even be able to favourite mods feels pretty basic to me. But there we are. There we are. They've got to choose where they put their resource. Looking through 400 mods in a single folder, the name's strange. Yeah, ones that start with numbers and things like that, very strange. I assume this is not compatible with FSG Mod Manager, considering that it changes the mods folder on the fly. I will get to that, Hamish. So, there we go. We are in the true rear. My headphones have turned off because I've spent so long talking to you without any audio that they've gone. So there you go. That is very noisy. So we'll dip out of here and we will quit the game. And we will go back to the main page. And there we go. Career. So, but my point was, what was I going to say to you? Now we've done all that setup, the next time you want to start save game, if you've got your collections and everything set up, watch this. Who wants to start a timer? Ready? Go. New game. I want to go to Saxlingham. Saxlingham. I'm happy because these are my defaults. I should say, actually, if I wanted to change that to £100, I can save my settings here. And then it will always load my preferences in there. So if you change these to what you want, it will always give you those. So look, for example, now if I went up to 28 days here, next time I came in, because I've been playing around, next time I wanted to, I'd just go load save game and it would see it resets. Next, there's my favorites. I want UK machinery because I'm on Saxlingham. Create game save. Bosh, done. Oh, I mean, we're talking seconds, right? Literally seconds. And I go to here. Oh. Oh, there it is. I knew it was coming. So there you go, Saxlingham, £100. Open it. Scroll down. Let's find our Ford tractors. There are good check. There's a Bailey's and the Fords. Where were they? There we go. The TW and the 7810 and JCBs, wherever they are. I've forgotten how to do the alphabet. There we go. There's the JCBs. So done. Like literally 10 seconds. So that is if you are somebody who has all their mods in one folder. Nice and easy, right? Now I'm going to delete both of these because I don't care for them. And when you delete them, that's it. They're gone. As you would with a normal game, they're gone. It doesn't retain any of that within the mod manager at all. So back to hub here. So gone for forever. Right, let's now start a new game. Am I trying to think of the right order to do this in? Let's start a new game. I'm trying to think, how do I show you this in the right way? That's because it was 54 seconds, but I stopped in the middle. You're right. In fact, let's do it. Let's do it again then. Let's do it again. Right. fact, let me close it completely. Here's what we'll do. Okay, there's my FarmSim hub. Open FarmSim hub. I want to start a game on Saxlingham. New game. Where's Saxlingham? Saxlingham, next. I'm happy with all my settings. Saxlingham, or whatever I want to call it. Next. I'm doing UK machinery. Create save game. Bosh. I'm done. I mean, what? Now, it's not showing yet. So if I come out of here and go back in, there it is. It just sometimes takes a little bit of time for it to catch up. Sometimes it can, if you leave it long enough, it will appear. Sometimes you just have to dip out and go back in. So we're talking, we're talking seconds. 15 seconds, there you go. Now tell me you've ever loaded a game with, right, how many mods were there? Nearly 40 mods in 15 seconds, if you did it through the game. So, I'm kind of pleased with that. I am kind of pleased with that. So, let's go back to this. Let's, to Hamish's point. So, FSG mod assistant, which I actually have loaded up and ready because this is part of the good stuff. Let's start a new game again. Let's continue with our Saxlingham jaunt. No, in fact, let's go with Saxlingham. It works. We'll go with Saxlingham. Let's go Saxlingham folder. Let's call this. So, giving you a little bit of a clue to what's going to happen there. Now, let's give ourselves £1 million to start with this time. So I typed it in there, but you can just click if you want to as well. We're going to go next. And again, we've got our favorite mods that we always like. And we're going to go, of course, we're going to go for UK machinery again. So I've selected that. Let's create a save game as we would. Yep. But this time, copy selected mods to folder. Okay? So click on that. It opens your browser now. The key is here. And actually, I was chatting to Midlife Simster just before the stream started about making sure. So basically, I have in my documents, I have a folder called FS25 multiplayer mods. And within that, I have got my exported separate mod folders. So you can see I've got Judy the Plains in there, North Friesland, a Ray County test that I was doing before the stream started, the realism server, Schweissing Bahnhof. So within that, now I want to select that folder because we're in FS25 multiplayer mods. Select folder. 36 mods copied to Saxlingham folder. Okay. So we are done. So if I go into here now, there's my multiplayer mods folder. You can see now we've got Saxlingham folder in there. So all I need to do now is go into, in fact, I need to close, obviously. So there you go. For Saxlingham folder, the game save is already in there. So I just need to quit out of this because obviously we're going to switch the mod folder now. But we're going to go into, when do you pay me for this? buy me a beer on the website if you feel generous. So straight into FSG mod system. Those of you who use this know how to use it. I am in two minds whether or not I add this functionality to mine as well. So you could do away with FSG mod assistant. Let me know. But in here, I just select my Saxlingham folder. There we go. So now it appears in FSG mod assistant. I now select it here, set to active. And now if I relaunch FS25, let's see how fast to do a fresh Nulla Creek. The load time might take a bit with that, won't it? It might take a bit. Now do it blindfolded. Thank you, Blue. So there we go. Let's just wait for this to load up. Does anybody else's reshade do it very faded until it's loaded in? So in here now, career. Look, of course, we've got a separate mod folder, so nothing's showing up. There's Saxlingham. So just as you would for FSG mod assistant, you can do it this way as well. And there you go. Of course, everything is it's only the mods we selected. So you can see them all pre-selected for when we start. So again, just hit the start button. So there you go. So, well, to your point now, Hamish, so last little piece of the jigsaw. So you've created it in there, but now you're like, okay, I created that, but I actually want to remove some mods, or I want to create another game save from that. This is bit where I'm still developing it. You can go into settings now, okay? So by default, it gives you your mod folder, your save game folder, and your game install path. It uses the defaults, but of course, at any point you can go in and change those. But at the bottom here, we've got additional mod sets folder. So if I click on this and select my FS25 multiplayer mod folder and save and rescan and go back to the mod manager, look what's appeared at the top. I've got another little drop down, base mods, Judith Plains, North Friesland, Ray folder test, realism, Saxlingham folder, which is the one we just set up. So now you can go in and manage your mods through here as well. Now, of course, if you wanted to do it again, you would recreate. And that's the only thing. It can't pull now from, and this is another thing I'm going to look at introducing, but let's say you've got a folder like this. Actually, now you want to add more mods to it. At the moment, you can't. But I think one of the things I'd like to do in the future is actually use your base game mod set as your base game set, and then pull. So actually, say base mods to Saxlingham folder, and go. Actually, I'd like to add the AgCo in, and I'd like to add the Balsa in, or whatever you want to do, and it would drop those into the save game folder, and then the next time you open the save game, they're activated as well. So you can add new mods or take mods out as you see fit. So, and I've got to work out how to do that yet. What else did I miss? So, yes, we're back on base game here, but you can pick from all your other folders now as well. So this is where I think my dream is now, if you go to Saxlingham like this, that I have a button here going launch game, and it will just load, rewrite your file path to the live mod folder, and launch the game with this game running. So there you go. What else? I think that's about it. The only other thing is, so I'm having let's go back to the base game so we can see all the mods. I'm having a little, so we've got, you can filter as well. So if you want to look at, I just want large tractors or medium tractors, there you go. You can just filter by medium tractors as well. So small tractors, there you go. Sheds. I have so many sheds. I don't know why I've got so many sheds. So again, if you want to, you can search by this. Look, we've got shed there, and you can just switch that off if you want as well. So easy ways to find. So search manually, shed, or if you're lazy, you can just go, nah, just give me the sheds. Like, so you can actually look at the DLCs as well, although it doesn't do anything because they by default automatically switch on, but it does check which ones you've bought. So if you've only ever bought, I don't know, the Nexat pack, it will only show you the Nexat pack. Perfect example, the Vredo pack that came last week, I actually haven't downloaded it yet, so it's not showing there. So, there you go. There you go. This was an idea last weekend. And can you search by creator? You not the moment, Hamish, but you could in the future. I just need to write something that goes and looks at the mod creator's name. Mr. Parker, no, mate, you can't delete and uninstall mods from here. And actually, that's one I'm interested to see your thoughts on that, because then it moves from a manager to like a wholesale system. Very good, Jan. Well, I kind of thought there's like 133 people watching. If I flip over to playing the game, people will just be like, yeah, I saw the bit I wanted to see. I was like, oh, do I do this at the end and just play for an hour and a half and keep people all in suspense or not? So, although I will start loading Nulla Creek, I think, in the background, because otherwise we won't start for a whole hour. So, yeah, there you go. I mean, it's pretty. I would say there's probably a release there already. There's a few things that I want to tidy up. You still want Stream Deck settings, maybe even per game. I don't know how you would do that, Tim. It's interesting. Oh, yeah. How would you do that? I think so much of it is the more people buy it, the longer it takes to launch. Oh, I love it. Love it. I would love to do a scan and check for updates. I mean, there's some really good function, and I don't. My aim at the start was to really not reproduce FSG Mod Assistant, and there's some really good stuff in FSG Mod Assistant that there's no point in me looking into. I want it to have a very there you go, Simster. Yeah. Okay. So my base game mod assistant folder is still my base game mods. So I don't necessarily just want to duplicate, and I also don't want it to do everything. I think the beauty in this is that it does one thing very well, if you know what I mean. It does creating games and in different ways. The only other thing I was going to tell you actually about this, wasn't I? It's really struggling to pull some of the categories through. So you'll find a couple of examples here where script mods are named. My favorite one is Easy Dev. Where is it? Easy Dev will be at the top, of course, because it's a favorite. Easy Dev at the moment is gameplay, whereas damage bar selection is script. It's got better, but we've fallen out a fair bit on this. But there are some random ones like precision farming. In fact, look at me scrolling like it's like old habits die hard, isn't it? So precision farming is a placeable, which is interesting. Zero lure, Tim. Absolutely none. There's no lure at all, no scripting at all in this. It's all done through Rust. And performance-wise, so I actually built this originally in in Python, and it worked like a dog. It was so slow. Worked brilliantly with 20 mods. Correct, Loki, but by default, Giant switches them all on. So I'm just trying to work out. There is a way. I'm sure there's a way. It's just not working the same way as the mods at the moment. But we'll get there. We're learning fast. I haven't done app development or software dev for 20 years, so it's a bit of a steep learning curve. So anyway, I'm not going to bang on about this anymore because we've seen it. It's pretty close to a release. I'm in that stage now where I keep going, I could add this, or I could add this, and I could change this. I think I'd like to launch it with the start game button. So that's probably the last thing that I would like to add in. In a running save game, could you activate or deactivate a mod without exiting the save? No, it's kind of, at the moment, it's kind of a one and done. So once you've created the save, well, no, you couldn't. The risk with that is it would reset your settings. So if you're 100 hours into a game and you've got £25,600 in your bank, and you've got, I don't know, whatever, you've paid off your loan or whatever, if you then adjusted your mods and saved over that save game, it would create, no, it wouldn't create, it would create a separate save game. So yeah, I think I'm trying to avoid that kind. I don't want anybody to come at me going, you broke my save game. It's designed very much for kicking off your saves, setting your saves up quickly, as opposed to scrolling through thousands of mods. I think that's its core. Whether or not we do some more stuff with it later on, I don't know. The other option is that you build a second mod for I don't know. But I mean, there's been some brilliant suggestions in. There's been some brilliant suggestions in the comments. I had more comments in 12 hours than I think I've ever had on a video. Which is, so yeah, organization. Yeah, I think you're right, Blue Jess. It's about helping you guys get set up and go with your game straight away. No messing about. Bottom line, The reason I started building this is because I was sick to death of going, I want that mod, I want that mod, I want that mod, scroll, that mod, that mod, that mod. Starting the game, and then going, oh, I forgot easy dev. Save, click out, load the game back in, go and find that mod, select it. I mean, 10 or 15 minutes sometimes just to get a game save started. So, stay tuned. I will tweet. I've got a few people testing it. I punted out to maybe 3 or 4 people. Welsh, I'm looking at you. Midlife Simster, I'm looking at you. I'll share it with a few more people over the next few days. But I think we could be on for maybe a weekend release. If I wasn't so busy, I would have done it already. Well, Tim, to be fair, this has been an idea I've had in my head for I don't know how long. Frustration is the mother of innovation. I think this has been a problem since FS19, so it's taken me this long to get it done. But yeah, I'm pretty chuffed with it, to be honest. It worked out way better than I thought it was going to be. I was just going to do something that helped me, and then the more I did, and the nice, like even the React as a dev, front end platform, is so good. I have, Tim. I have indeed. So let's just, so there's my Saxlingham folder. I'm going to get rid of that now. Yeah, there you go. Well, 41 minutes. I never thought it was going to take that long. Peek behind the FSG curtain sounds like a dangerous. Oh, Blue Jester, it's my life. I do it at work as well. I'm currently building a planning system for the team at the office. Ah, Nina, how are you doing? Nina's been doing a bit of testing as well for me. She found a brilliant bug today with the DLCs. So it is. The biggest problem is, I mean, my dream was to build a mod that you could do it in the game. But Giants, because they don't, your mods aren't actually although it loads them in at the start when you load the game, doesn't activate them till after you start the game save. So actually, that middle bit, when you're sitting on the home menus and stuff, you can't do anything with. So you can't favorite your mods there. To then, when you load a game, they're sitting there ready to go. Loki's sitting there going, "Oh, I reckon you can." But until somebody does that, maybe this will work. Maybe this will work. So there we go. I have talked a lot. Jeez, have a drink. Let's do some. Yeah, well, that's it. And I think the problem is there's no hooks. They've not created any hooks in the early game to allow people to add other stuff in. Don't do it. Yeah. Don't do it, Giants. Oh, that tickled me, that. Yeah. We're aware. I'm aware. Marius, sorry, not getting you there. Could you please show if the Precision Farming Control Manager... You've lost me, mate. Exactly. That just means more time. Need this on console. I wish, yeah. I wish I could. I am going to... The way I've built it should allow it to be Mac and Linux compatible too. I'll give it a go. Since the game update, I have an issue with manual tipping and manual attach. Can't tip in any silo or sell anyone else. Oh, interesting, Grumpy. Is it ever fit? No. No, I think that's the thing. I'll have to have. In fact, that is where I am at the moment. That's V1.1. It was V1 until I added collections. But that was overwhelming in the comments yesterday. That the collections was such a thing that people wanted. I was like, I can't release it without putting collections in. Oh. Just let the old shaders catch up. Come on. Come on. So. Hello? Oh, there we are. Why can't I hear? My headphones turned off again. There we go. I can actually hear stuff. Hiya, Rob. How you doing? Thank you for joining, mate. Right, we are going to do some seeding. The sheep are happy. The sheep are happy. They are well fed. The capacity, they've got 177 and... Oh, look at that. I've actually got 140. Okay, they're eating. They're eating pretty quick. They are eating pretty quick. I am going to, and I haven't set this up, I was going to do this before I started and got distracted. Have I got a buy point in here? No. So, we're going to go old school. We are going to buy some liquid fertilizer, and we're going to buy some seeds, and we're going to do it the old-fashioned way with a telehandler. So, liquid fert. Let's buy 4 of them. 4 of them. Thank you. And let's buy... No seeds in there. There we go. Let's buy 4 of them. Don't even know what we're going to plant yet. Probably soybeans. Take care, Tim. Thanks for dropping in, mate. Glad you like it. Shade starter free nuclear wasteland. It is more bleak than a bleak thing in a bleak place being bleak. Skitty, you can't seem to download it. It's on that place that we don't talk about, King Mods. But the Aussie Modding Co-Op guys actually put it there, so I don't feel so bad now. There we go. Brilliant. Open up the lids. Let's go and get our... Oh, I've got all the old machinery. I don't want any of that. This is what I want. So yeah, love. A lot of love has gone into that app so far. I am delighted with the outcome. Delighted with the outcome, and I'm delighted at the response from you lot as well. Clearly something that a lot of people are crying. Oh. Not like FSG to pick a tractor with jewels on. Well, if more people had put floaters in their mods, I would be even happier. Yeah, Nulla Creek is a very bright map. It's Australia, mate. The sun's shining. That's the problem. From a Scotsman. That's called the sun, that big yellow thing in the sky. That's the sun, mate. Although we can't really complain because it's been glorious. Lovely the last couple of days. Really nice. Telehandler tools. And we're gonna do a bag. Have I got a bag lift? Or am I just gonna... Let's just go with a pallet fork, shall we? There we go. Yeah, it has been hot today. It's been nice. I appreciate the change. And you're down south, so you actually get proper heat. Right, I love this Merlot with the cameras. It's got cameras all over the place on this, he says, as there's only one camera showing. We've got another one up there. Oh, no, there we go. It stopped because... So you can properly... There we go. I'm not taking 4 though, just the 2. Et voila. Oh, nice, Simsa. Good. Good. Is it folder structure that's throwing it, or is it clashing with the mod assistant? There we go. Seed going in. Look at that. A bag for each hopper. Totally meant that. There's a first for everything. Okay, it's going to take another bag each. Scooter! You missed the demo, mate. You missed the demo. You were my inspo last week to press the button on it. Oh, that's the other thing. That's the other thing that I've done. I've totally got distracted. But I'll have to do this to the farm stick. I've got a full sim dashboard for Universal Auto Load. Sorry, a sim dashboard, a stream deck for Universal Auto Load set up. I've just been testing it, but then that little mod project, that app project, got in the way. I'm not good with focus. Oh, and now I've broken my camera. Right. Hang on, I'm sure you don't need to see my chubby thumb. And we're back. And we're back. Hello. Right. Let's go and pick these up. Busy go with the stream deck icons. Yeah, and forgetting that I actually have to play the game too. Although I'm still enjoying my realism series. He says as he's playing in cab. I'm playing in cab now more than I ever do. He says as he nearly rolls his telehandler. There we go. Nice. I've kind of, this has been my sort of thing since I've come back. It's like I have to do something different. I want to do something different. Like everybody's doing the same thing these days. You see a survival series here, you see a survival series there, this, that, and that. I was like, what can I do that's different? And that's no criticism. Like people are playing the game the way they want to, enjoying the game they want to play it. But I'm kind of like, what? There's got to be more to it than that, right? People need stuff. People need kind of help and guidance in certain circumstances. And oh, thought I'd finish the job. Oh no. Let's see if we can IBC this in. So I thought, why not put my skills to stuff that can help the community, whether that be the other content creators, whether that be just the regular players, whatever. So that's my thinking behind it. I was like, let's do it that way. Why is that not? Oh my goodness. Picked the hardest way to go in, haven't I? Yeah. Could have gone the other way. Yeah, mud physics and tire pressure's great. I love the fact that mud physics is. Are you gonna let me load? Come on. Anything? No. We just have to hold it close enough and hit the R button. Let's see what happens if we do that. Yeah, that'll do. A good series about terraform. Oh, has somebody done it, Hamish? Good day, good way to rip your door. Just leave it open, eh? Driving around with the door open. Well, it's hot, mate. It's roasting. Did anybody see how full that was? We'll go for more, but I don't think we need to find a way of filling this up. Extra aircon, exactly. In fact, every single JCB telehandler we had on our farm had the doors ripped off it. I thought that was a rite of passage. Is it even a telehandler if it's got doors? Cheers, Jan! Thank you, mate. No, we were pretty full. We were pretty full. In Scotland, anything over 15 degrees, you think is that's a very decent summer's day. 15 degrees, isn't it? Whereabouts are you, Blue Jester? Let's just leave that. Let's lower it down, I think. We're taking care of that thing. Right. There we go. Let's do a bit of in-cab action. Da-da-da. All good. Let's not knock the IBCs over as we drive past. So, St Andrews, live and work in Glasgow these days. Very good, mate. Close enough to come visit us for the Highland Show, though. We're thinking about doing a little FS meetup for the Highland Show. If you're down. I wonder if we could plant a couple of these together, actually. These fields aren't that big for a 16x map. They're pretty small. But we'll give them a go. Haven't even closed my covers. Guy's an absolute animal. Alright, Welsh, nice one, mate. Yeah, that sounds good. It's Ola Holdor! How are you, mate? Nice to see you. Let's get this unfolded. It's slow, but it's worth it. There we go. I think we'll do a little bit of EV with this as well, shall we? Oh, that looks aligned nicely. We're not even going to do headlands here. We're just going to guess. We've got enough space to turn around. Well, less so this side. And I think we'll do... Will we do corn? No, that's what I'm probably doing this in completely the wrong order, but it's cultivated. Does it need rolling? Does it need rolling? Let's turn cultivation off. Not fertilized, but it doesn't need lime. Maybe it doesn't show those up. Anybody experienced that? Or oh, it's just slow loading. So we've got weeds. We know that. Let's get rid of those. Some are fertilized, some are not. Only a few need lime though, that's good. Nothing needs rolling yet. Okay, it's better than I thought. Better than I thought. Ooh, that is not Forest River. Haven't updated that in a while, clearly. It's Nulla Creek. It is Nulla Creek, not a Forest River. Crikey, that is old. I've forgotten how to do this malarkey. Okay, that's interesting. Definitely own it. Interesting. Might have to cultivate first. I'm wondering if I do. That's okay. Do you know what? Let's power down. Look at field gulls though. So good. The Sim Guy with the $10. Thank you very much, mate. That is incredibly generous of you. What a legend. Is the map hard on the frame rate? Yeah! 25 at the moment. It goes higher than that though. I think that might be because of field gulls. Because usually I can run it about 50 or 60. So I run over here away from the field gulls. It is September. Oh, we're up to 35. I'm running at I'm running at 400 view distance as well. So I bumped all my settings up. I'm not one of these people that gets precious if it's running at 60. If it runs at 30, I can live with that. I wanted... Let's get a big disc arrow in there, shall we? How wide is that one? 12. Can't really take a case, can I? Get lynched. Deagleman. I like the Deagleman. That'll do. As you are. Yep. Right, let's see if we can cultivate. Oh, can we plant corn in September? That is a very good point. Yes, we... no, we can't. You sent me one earlier, Sim Guy. Oh, sorry, buddy, I missed that. Well, double thank you. Now I'm going to have to buy you a beer when you come up for the... I'm such a jackass. Such a basic play, that, isn't it? Oh, dear, what a noob. Farmer Jolly, good to see you, buddy. How are you? Basically, I can plant alfalfa at the moment. And now I'm on those incredibly long saves that Nulla Creek does, because it's big. It's all going so well. It was for a second, wasn't it? Basically, grass, grapes, or cotton. Peas, poplar, potatoes, spinach, sugar beet, sugarcane, sunflowers. None of those are any use to me. So I actually might just skip forward a day. Or let's cultivate, because we bought it. Let's cultivate a couple of fields, because they look nicer anyway. Check my air filter, just because I can. There we go. Give it a shake. That's all good. Get that Aussie sand out of it. Oh, love it. Thank you, Dints. Busy with uni. Can't wait to get back recording. Good man. Again, another mod. I'm sure this had cameras in it, doesn't it? It does have cameras in it. Yeah, there it is, down there. How do I get that? Yeah, there we go. I knew I could do it. See if we can reverse up using the cameras. Dince's stuff is so good. How about that? Now the reason cab animation is because I've got oh look, it actually hitched itself up. That's good. You'll notice the cab thing doesn't work. Cab cinematic. That's because it clashes with more visual animals. And he actually said you can't find a way to fix it. So it's just going to have to leave it. So if you want in-cab animation, more visual animals has to go. And because I'm running a massive sheep farm, I want to see my sheep. That's the trade-off. Right, here we go. Oh, I love it, Blue Jester. Honestly, it's changed the way I play the game. I spend so much more time in cab now. Look at me leaving doors open and everything. What's that do? Oh, mirrors. Oh yeah, let's put them out. Better make sure I can see what I'm doing. There we go. I'll leave the cameras on. I don't care for any of the power stuff. Don't need any lights. This is interesting, look. I just rotate it. Absolutely no reason why I need to move it. But I can. So I will. Classic bloke. What does this button do? Don't press the button. Right, there we go. Let's get some lines up. That looks like it's close on the edge. Let's go cultivating. Because we can't go seeding. I'm gonna have to skip a row on this one. Ah, now, annoyingly, I'm gonna go off center. That's my only gripe with. Let's reset this now so it works next time. Reset. My only gripe is if I switch this on, the twitchy steering wheel. Oh, this is actually better than the New Holland last week. The New Holland last week was pretty grim. I'm going to skip some rows as well before I get to the end. Let's go 2. There we go. And let us go. Let's run a couple of headlands at the end. Tracks don't wiggle as much. Yeah, that's actually quite nice, that. I can live with that. I can live with that. Yeah, we'll take off a couple of the ends so that we can get some decent turns in. There we go. Gotta say, as always, as he reaches down for his farm stick, shout out to the wonderful guys at Thrustmaster for sponsoring the streams and the channel. And there is some very interesting stuff coming from them this year. I have been wrapped around a tree. I've been given some insider stuff. There's some great new stuff coming, so stuff that you lot are gonna like. So there we go. I'm gonna do a big overlap here, but it'll be worth it. Hey, Jonathan. Courseplay doesn't scan fields properly on maps with row crop. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I've barely played with any road crop maps yet. I've yet to find one that tickles me fancy. I like stuff I like. Oh yeah, we're working on a nice little project with Ola as well. All will become clear very soon. I've managed to completely fluff this up. I thought it was way wider than that, so I'm going to go and tidy that up. Don't worry. Don't panic. And we'll probably do another pass to tidy things up. If you hold the wheel a bit to the side, the wheel in the cab wiggle. I will try that. To avoid. Yeah. There's an error. The nut holding the steering wheel. Fiona, the one thing that annoys me with Aussie maps is the change the crop calendar to match the Southern Hemisphere, but in-game price calendar doesn't change. It still reflects Northern Hemisphere. Well, that's interesting. Hadn't noticed that. Right, we'll do one more pass along the headland. In fact, we'll actually do what we're supposed to do with enhanced vehicle. And we will, let's get lined up loosely. And we will gone too far. I've got to work out if it's lined up properly or not. I don't think that is. Might have to jump out of cab just to check. That looks pretty good though. So let's do that. We're neating off that edge. I'll stop short and do the headlands last. I could do that. That suggestion would have been brilliant 10 minutes ago. Hey Artemis, how you doing, mate? I'll do that. I'll do it. One end I'll have them done, on the other hand I won't. The field girls can't keep up when you're cruising at 13 miles an hour and you're massive John Deere. Oh, Norwegian. Yeah. Oh, look. Ah, quite. You just take it out of the dead zone. And it behaves. I like it. There you go. Fixed it. Just a tiniest little bit of pressure. Can I even get to the end before I hit the tree? Almost. There we go. Right, I'll run this manually and then we'll get on the up and downs. Artemis, it's hopefully you missed the we did a 45-minute demo of it at the start of the stream. I'm gonna shoot for the weekend if I can get the bugs ironed out. That are just a few little small things that are annoying my happiness a little bit. So if I can nail those, I don't think there's much in the way of new functionality that I'll add. Maybe that one thing about launching games. But other than that, I think it's not far away from a first release. With all the appropriate caveats that come with it. So Midlife Simster had an issue he was testing, and he had an issue where even though the maps were getting copied to new folders, the game wasn't recognizing the map in the folder, therefore wasn't, while it was loading the game save into FarmSim, it wasn't recognizing the map was in there. But I think he sussed it, so it could be that he's found the solution. It might be just something to do with FSG's mod assistant and the folder allocation there versus what I did. So I don't know. It makes sense to maybe make the choice between mod assistant or my tool if I can add that launch the game option from it. I don't know. It's not a mod share, so it's a it's a PC application. It's a piece of software that you install on your PC rather than a mod. So no, it won't be on the mod hub. It's a mod assistant clash. I just need to figure out why it's pulling through the mod assistant over your... Oh, okay, interesting. Let's get lined up again. Rotate it round. That's straight. Another degree? No, another degree is too much. We were bang on. Right, let's go. Drop it down. Activate. Might... Do I fire up my auto turns now? Or do we keep going manually? Ooh, stay on target. Yeah, it's interesting. I'd not had that problem that you had, mids. So, oh, it's going doolally here. There we go. So it's interesting. Yes, I've heard this. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this is why we test stuff, right? This is why we test stuff. Giants, this is why we test stuff. Right, I'll turn for now. Am I still set to turn over? Yeah, I am. Didn't leave it very close to the edge there, did we? And off. Let's turn the HUD off. Lovely. Testing. Overrated. It's overrated. Evening, Hugh. How are you, my friend? Nice to see you. I can take it back. These fields are bigger than you think when you actually get into them and start working them. Thank you everyone for joining. As always, it is hugely appreciated. Especially after a bit of time time off. It's nice to see so many back. So I appreciate that very much. There we go. Nicely done. Customer feedback doesn't exist if you ignore it. Are they? Is it feedback or are they moaning? That's the big one. This is my other bugbear. FOV in cabs should be about 70 in my eyes, not 60. See a lot more there, can't you? Moaning most of the time. Cranky nose. Cranky nose. The other option, assume all critical feedback is entitlement and dismiss it. Yeah. It's all in the delivery, isn't it? It's all in the delivery. Right. This is where you don't know if you've even got it switched on because you've turned everything off. There we go. Might leave my HUD up for a bit. I've been totally gripped by the Artemis flight this week as well. I'm fascinated with it. I actually stayed up the other night and watched. Well, to be fair, I was developing an app, and I should have gone to bed, but they were about to go around the other side of the moon. I thought, oh well, I'll just say and make sure they come back on the other side. So that was a bit of a late night. But you know when you're having fun, right? You know when we're having fun. Furthest from Earth we heard. It's amazing. It's totally amazing. So, and some of the pictures, I think Hamish popped a load up on the Discord of some of the shots from NASA. Absolutely mind-boggling. Loved it. Oh, you can tell, can't you, Mrs. Prof? Like they're quite emotional sometimes when they speak, and I love the fact that the captain. So I don't love the fact that the captain's wife died of cancer, I think 4 years ago, while he was in training for this mission, and they picked a crater, like a crater out off the moon, and named it after her, which I thought was beautiful. I don't have to pay for diesel at the moment. I tell you what, the state of the world at the moment, I'd go up there and stay up there. As long as you get a good internet connection and a copy of FarmSim, I'd be quite happy. Walt. It's filmed on a stage and the images are AI created. Yeah, you're right, Blue Jester. Same as Concord. Grew up with Concord. Hey Chad, how you doing? Pretty much going off field now, but hopefully I'm far enough away from any trees, because we'll re-meet the field further down here. There's an idea for a moon map. Exactly. Lil, the economy sucks all over the world at the moment, unfortunately. You did, Chad. You did. Welcome along, mate. Explain to me why TerraFarm is not working anymore. I don't peg. It's working for me. Peckham, the latest update's actually brilliant. Been really impressed with it. So interesting. You probably maybe a mod clash or something like that somewhere. Try loading it with no other mods installed other than TerraFarm and see if it works. Then you know there's another mod somewhere that's spoiling your happiness. Let's see how far we can get down here without messing things up. Slow down ever so slightly. Gonna be dodging trees in a minute. Oh, that was even that was close. No worries, Ham. Thank you, mate. Always appreciate you hanging out. Well, new to what's the best map with good organisation and a close shot? I mean, you're as good as anything starting on some of the base game maps if you want, unless you bored yourself of those already. But Riverbend Springs, or if you've got the DLC, the Highlands map, both brilliant. In fact, the base game maps are 25. You can't really fault them. when you compare them to some of the older games, they're pretty good maps these days. But then if you want to go mod map, oh, so many to choose from. Trying to think which would be your best one for a starter. Oh, it just makes it. Is this gonna make it, or are we gonna have a bad time? I thought I could sneak past it. That's a solid tree. That was going nowhere, was it? $830 horsepower. Can't even get past that little tree. Outrageous. Right, here we go. Not far to drive and good organisation. Saxlingham's good for a UK map. Cut it down. Ah, I thought you'd like that, Hamish. That actual levelling stuff is different class. I'm just going to manhandle this bit. How goes it, Args? Good to see you, buddy. I'm going to miss some bits here. I'll live with it. It's true, actually, Virtual. Trees are decidedly robust, aren't they? When you decide you want to clatter one with a tractor. Right, shouldn't be too long doing this. Tractor was missing the door. I bet you have, you nerd. Cheers, Args. I need to send you the fresh copy. I'll send it after this. I know you're away, but don't want you to miss out. NX. What's happening, dude? You sit in the cab, then when the end of the field hit the bonnet, it's time to do your turn, and most of the time you don't hit the trees. Right, we will try that. Is that us back to... No, we've got one more that I need to just kind of self-manage. I think my problem was I had no headlands to do on this little bit. Trying to stop my wheel wiggle. Nice one, mate. Nice one. I need to share. I'll share it with you actually, NX. You could be a good source of testing. You mean you've not taken your laptop and all you're thinking about is FarmSim for the week, Arx? Surely not. The UK one is Saxlingham. Lil. Give that one a go. It's quite a nice map. Discoing all over the place. Point the wheel in the right direction. Virtual Farming Life, I have got reshade on. My own personal setting. Right, that's going to go full distance now. So, I want to go negative 11. There we go. And we're on a skip row then. You do have your laptop. Good lad. Good lad. Just don't tell Mrs. Args. What she doesn't know won't hurt her. It can be our little secret. I think that's a lot of that's. I have softened the colours slightly, but I actually think Nulla Creek's quite a bright map anyway. As you can see, actually, when you sit inside the cab, it gets a bit darker. It's a very, very sunny map. No, unfortunately, Lil, most of the things like that are script mods, which are all PC-only based mods. Hey, Mrs. Hawks. Now she's going to think I'm the troublemaker. And we know it's you, Args. Right, let's try bonnet. Hood. Let's see if we... I think we might have to do another headland at the end there. I think it's very dry, grey soil. It's definitely a lot darker for me on my realism save on Saxlingham. Oh, it's nice and relaxing. That first 45 minutes was frantic. It's nice to kick back and relax. That's a bullshit excuse. It's still a game where all the soil is the same. I don't think so. You can have different texture soil. It changes with the light as well. Yeah, Rust's great. I'm not a software dev really. I'm a front-end dev. So I've been on a steep learning curve last. It's intuitive though. I like it from that perspective. It's certainly easier to use than Python. God. Ah, yeah, no. Yeah, PC maps you can play with different textures and soils and everything. What was the Aussie map that had bright red soil in 22? I can't remember. It was an Aussie map in 22 that had brilliant, like, rich red soil. Gorgeous. Made it feel properly Australian. Oh, nice. Do you do apps as well, NX? Johannes G's beautiful. Yes, they are nice, blue. They are nice. They're actually sitting on a folder on my desktop. I still haven't got it. It could have been. I think it might have been Hox. Was it Hox's map? No, we should chat, NX. I might actually non-FarmSim stuff you might be able to help me with. No, I think you're right, Hamish. Western Oz. Was it Western? It was. Thank you, Paul. Negham Farm as well. That rings a bell, Args, yeah. Oh, we're nearly done here. Thank you, Lil. That's very kind of you. That's the aim. Just come together with a load of like-minded individuals and just shoot the breeze for a couple of hours every Wednesday. Or not, for 6 months. Hey man, just looking at your mod manager suggesting to add mod author too. Yeah, that's the second suggestion for that tonight. Meet. We can certainly look at it. Estancia La Pacha, that's it. Yeah, the coffee map, the South American map, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, it's just up north, isn't it? Where up? Trying to get my bearings now, yeah. Mod author and mod version. Pretty sure we can do that. As long as it's in the XML and the modders have added it, it shouldn't be a problem. I don't have a pen and paper, I would have written that down. Let's chat, NX. That would be quite a nice one. That might be beyond my pay grade to work out how to do that myself, so if you've already done it, we should have a chat and see if we can shoehorn it in. Right, last pass other than the headland. I don't do how much of a headland do I need to do over here, or did I catch most of it? I've messed up and I'm at the wrong end of the farm now, aren't I? Oh, I was going to speed my time up a little bit to see if... Let's just do that. I want to see how those... how quickly those sheeps are eating and whether I need to buy... Whether or not I need to buy some more grass, because we've only got that little bit of grass we've already got. Meatballs, mixture, mostly the vibe, well, not vibe coding, but I used Claude to do a lot of debugging, testing, and some of the back-end stuff, because I'm not a back-end dev, I'm a front-end guy, so I can design the interface and layout and the UX side of things, but definitely back-end is not my jam. I had enough to kind of get me started, but as soon as I started to have bugs and issues, I was straight on to my helpful assistant Claude. Yeah, nice NX, that's good. Yeah, Claude's phenomenal. Claude, without a doubt, is top of the tree at the moment. I've used a lot of AI at work, and other than the moral stance of hating OpenAI and ChatGPT and Mr. Altman, who's trying to, I think, pretend he's the new Elon Musk, it's a very handy tool. But as with all AI, I do a lot of talks on AI for marketing. And I keep saying, like, there's no point, like, AI's great, but you still need to have a base knowledge to be able to apply it. It's like, because we generate a lot of AI imagery, and some of our clients are like, oh, well, we'll just do it ourselves because we've got access to these tools, and you're like, on you go, by all means. And they come back a month later going, we can't make it do what you do, and the whole point is you've got to have the knowledge and experience and the skill to be able to get the best out of the tools. So, like a back-end dev like NX will be able to ask Claude the right things to get the code written way better than I would. And likewise, we always use the analogy with our imagery. It's like anybody can pick up a camera and press the button and take a photo, but a professional photographer who understands aperture, focal length, ISO settings, shutter speed, you know, all of that stuff will take an eminently better photo every single day of the week than just a point and shoot person. So, and it's the same with AI. So that's where you'll get AI experts because Joe Public will go, oh, I'll give it a go, and then very quickly go, oh, it's not as easy as it looks. So I think the problem, we've just got to go through that phase at the moment where AI slot. People can do more than they have ever been able to do before. But actually the standard isn't that good when you scratch below the surface. So I think we'll just need to go through that kind of awkward phase of letting people play with it. No, a nice NX, that would be definitely helpful. I'm just going to leave that there for now. Will come in handy. I would like to use this again. But for now... So many good noises. I actually don't have the most up-to-date version here. How do I get such practice, Lil? Lots of practice. And even then, I'm still bad sometimes. Nailed it, Blue Jester. Nailed it. Lots of reversing. Go slow. So the tip of the reversing, don't floor it. Do it incredibly slowly. Just creep. And it'll get better. What was I going to do here? Caleb, this is Nulla Creek in Australia. Okay, good tip, Paul. I'm now going to check my map and find out what free ground I have available. Oh, it's a slow save, isn't it? It's a slow save. Come on. You can do it. Right, what do I own? Okay, so that's my 2 sheep pens, but I could go behind. I could mow behind them, actually, couldn't I? Let's do that, actually. Let's do that. Let's do a bit of mowing just before the end. The 16X one, the very one, my friend. Yes. Z. There we go. Dunk. I don't know why I'm bothering doing that, because with additional animals, it don't work. Grab this. Should have done the other way around. Grab the rear one first, but hey, we are where we are now. Why is that not in game, right? Why is that not in game? Such a little thing, but it would make such a difference, wouldn't it? Missing those two things. Well, you're not so Courseplay, yes, is better than the in-game GPS, but it's a way better than it was in 22, isn't it? But I get it. It's not the same thing. Didn't open the door, like morphed through the door. I see that. It's one of my superpowers. Right, let's go and see how much... Big map need big M mower. I know, but I don't know. I like my mower sets. Now I should be able to... Terrible design that is, look at that. Does it move out of the way? No. Just gonna wing it, see what happens. Got away with it. Yeah, I have no no complaints with the in-game in 2025. It is genuinely very good. Right, let's do a test. Let's find the edge of our sheep field and see how much further we can go. Winging it. It's not a suitable excuse for smashing up your 300 grand tractor. Right. That's a good test. Let's get everything unflooded. Oh, totally. There's definitely much more that you can do with oh, what was that little stutter? I think I've got a game save on. Hello, sheeps. That's why I want the better, you know, more visual animals on, because I've got 2,000 sheep and I want to see 2,000 sheep, not 20. Right, power things up. Lower things down. Let's see how good this is. Oh, it didn't lower me front down, even though it's showing lowered. That was interesting. Jeez, that's a lot of grass actually, isn't it? Right, let's see how far I can go. Oh, I did this the other... Actually did this... Does it stop mowing, or does it... If I remember correctly, I could mow, but it wouldn't pick it up. The baler wouldn't pick it up. Let's just have a look. Oh no, oh my goodness. I barely scratched the surface. That was me doing that then, virtual. But for some reason it didn't work. Okay, I've got more grass than I know what to do with. Blimey, Riley. Oh my days. All right. There's our grass problem solved. Just gonna turn around here, I think. I'm not even going to go all the way up here. I think I'll just go to the turn there, and I've got a nice square space to work with. Thank you, Hamish. Thanks for hanging out, mate. Catch up soon. Sack the sheep off for a silage farm now. Yeah, let's just do here. Let's fire up this. Let's align ourselves so we don't miss any, and then hopefully we'll get a bit tidier after that. Reset. Oh, nailed it. Look at that. Bosh. No headlands. We're going to be a bit scruffy here, but It'll work. Yeah, I should have skipped a row as well. We'll do that for the next one. Let's just get lined up here. A baler's going to be working overtime. That wide pickup thing is going to come in handy. Let me just go to 3. There we go. I'm going to go up to the trees, I think. Oh, my bale issue's well gone then. No worries, Virtual. Thanks for hanging out, mate. We'll see you soon. We're not going to be much longer here tonight either. I'm a sleepy bear. Been moonlighting as a software developer this week. Cheers, NX. Have fun with the servers in the morning. That sounds... I'm literally going to do this field. Might grab the baler. Or might just save that for next time. And yeah, well, I'll keep you posted on what's happening with the app. But I'm thinking it's days away. It's 8 hours work. Honest pay for an honest man. Oh, I hear you. It's legitimately 8 hours. I remember our IT support at my old office used to go around the office all day chatting to folk going, "You got any problems? Anything we can help you with?" And you go, "Yeah, actually, I'm struggling with this, that or the other. I'll make a note of that and I'll fix it on Saturday." Literally did nothing all week and then came on Saturdays and did it at double time. I mean, you can't fault them. The system's there to be broken, right? Yeah, that's how it be. Will there be a next time? There's always a next time, Cranky. I'm going to try and do this every Wednesday. I'm going to try and stick at it. Things are a bit more balanced now from... Where is my... There we go. Things are a bit more balanced. Work is settled. We've got more people. We've got other people doing it. We're more productive when people leave us alone. And we're getting paid twice as much. Hey, I'm not knocking it. I thought it was a genius strategy. Bosses less so when they found out. What do we think? Bail it? Or go to bed? What do the people want? All the best, Arks. Enjoy your break, my friend, and happy birthday to the boy. And I'll see you on Sunday for Arkin League. You two share. Good night. Bail it, Cranky. Cranky has spoken. Consider it done. It won't take long, will it? It's not that much. So, there we go. Power off. Fold it all up. I do like this John Deere. Very nice. Turn all this off. Back in cab for the trip home. See how many bales we get out of this. It did take a left turn. They'll be waiting for us next week. It's all loaded up and ready to go now. Go to bed, you have done deep. I can't, Paul. I'm enjoying myself. Having too much fun. Won't take us more than 5 minutes to do those bales. That'll bring us to nicely to just 11 o'clock-ish. Depends how quickly we can unhitch this. Or do we just buy new? Or do you like really? Sorry, did I say John Deere? I meant New Holland. I like this New Holland. It's a blue Holland. Yeah, that's in the corner. I'm colourblind, what can I say? 1. Two. Well, let's grab the baler and get stuck in. Yeah, who does that? That just hurts your eyes. All you're doing is hurting your eyes. One, two, three. There we go. Six R's, yeah. They are the tractor of choice. Most of the UK, I think. If you're a John Deere person, I don't think you go much bigger than that. Maybe a couple of the bigger farms down south, but yeah. 6Rs are a very popular tractor. And New Hollands. Although a lot of Valtras around these days, which is interesting. Which is nice to see, because I love Valtras. I think they're very nice. I've crushed my foot. I have dropped the hitch on my ankle. I see my watch is telling me it's time for bed. Whole fan and no engine noise. Say that about all vehicles these days, couldn't you? Formula 1 included. Oh, it was already in operation mode. Let's scuttle along the bottom here. Let's see how good this extra wide pickup actually is. Oh, this is when I realise I don't have it turned on. How fast can we bale these, do you think? I think it's going to be pretty quick. I bet you, Cranky, the dealers switched from... What did they used to be? I found this. Whatever used to be a New Holland dealer then became a Valtra dealer, and all of a sudden every farmer's driving Valtras. It's just literally... I'll just buy from my mate down the road. There we go. This could be quite a nice bundle, couldn't it? See how we get on. Wider pickup. I don't think I have it on, actually. We'll soon find out. If it picks up all of this, I do have it on. I think I do have it on. Yeah. Oh, first 3 off. Almost on the turn as well. It's quite a nice way of doing it on these end roads, actually, isn't it? Just follow the arc round. Oh, we're going to rattle through this. No bother. And we've not even scratched the... I think it goes all the way up to that tree line up there. There is masses of grass here. We are definitely not going to need to worry about buying grass. We are going to run out. Not at all, in fact. Means we can add some more sheeps in. There we go. Was it even fertilizer? I don't think it is, no. Thanks, Fiona. Hopefully not too long. Aiming for the weekend, if I can. Favourite part of my job? Solving problems, mate. Coming up with ideas to solve problems. That's why I love AI in our job. Because in the past, you just wouldn't have been able... You would have had to do it a certain way, because that's the way that you could do it. But now there's like multiple ways of doing it. We've built so many AI tools in the last 6 months to help our clients speed things up or do things differently. Whereas in the past, you either had to do it manually or you just didn't do it because you didn't have the budget to do it. So like we built a you know, banner ads that you see on websites. Like up until recently, they all had to be HTML5 coded. You basically coded them, and there maybe be 20 different. Cranky, thank you very much, mate. You're a legend. You know you don't need to do that, but I appreciate it all the same. Very kind of you. There's 20 different sizes, and let's say building every ad maybe takes a day. So 20 days. So when a client has signed off their advertising campaign, 20 days later, that's when they get their ads that they can put live. It's madness. Absolutely madness. So we built a tool, drag and drop tool. Here's your master template. Click a button, spits out 20 different versions. Like saving them thousands of hours a year. It's mega. But then the creatives, the designers who used to hate sitting building these ads after they designed them, like you'd spend 3 days coming up with a concept, an idea, being creative, building the and designing the ad, and then 20 days building it. And they didn't want to do that. That's not why they became creative people. Just to do like a heavily, you know, development task. And now they can design them, click the button, so they can do 5 or 6 different ads, different concepts, and test the ones that work the best. So even the client's getting a better deal because you're going, well, actually, this ad works better than this one, so let's go with this one. So they're getting more efficient media spend, more return on the investment. It's brilliant. The whole thing, it's going to, like... I think loads of people are asleep when they don't realise that AI is going to fundamentally, like, as big as the car changed how we distribute stuff around the country, like, AI is going to completely change the way we do our jobs. Like, I was reading the other day, so the big 4 auditing firms, you know, like Pricewaterhouse, EY, those guys, they basically hire graduates from university to do all the crappy admin jobs. Like, you've got to go and audit this big financial firm. It's going to take 18 months, we're going to charge the client like a wounded rhino for the privilege of us coming in and auditing your company. And we're basically going to put these young kids in, make them work, 16-hour days for 18 months, hike up the cost of doing that, so the bill will be in the millions for you as a company. They've stopped hiring those interns. They're just getting AI to do it now. Still, there's people checking it and making sure it's legit, but fundamentally, where are those jobs going? People are going to have to retrain and think differently about how they do their jobs, because so many jobs are just going to go. Like, to the point, like, that, my kids are 15 and 17. My boy's about to join the RAF. And I'm basically saying to my daughter, there's no point in going to university, because what you learn now will be out of date in 3 or 4 years' time. But it's fascinating. I love it. It's fascinating. Cake, it's putting people out of jobs. I don't care for it. But the reality is, there are people doing jobs that shouldn't really be jobs. So there's a lot of people... I mean, I see it a lot. I see a lot of people... I see departments of 200 people who are all doing the bare minimum. Nobody's working hard, putting any effort in, because they don't need to. Or we'll just take my money and I'll go home and get paid. And actually, this is a way more efficient way of doing it. And that's just the reality. And I keep saying this because people are like, oh, AI's not for me, and things like that. I don't think you're going to get a choice, if I'm being honest, unfortunately. It's happening whether you like it or not. It's like electric cars. In 10 years' time, you won't be able, unless it's a second-hand one, I doubt you'll be able to buy a petrol or a diesel car. I know you might love diesel cars, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And there's AI, so AI as well can mean a million different things. So there's AIs out there that are scanning cancer patients, and the results are way more accurate than humans have ever been able to do. So it's in essence saving lives and doing it a lot quicker. It's going to cut down waiting times for hospitals, so more people are going to get seen. That's very different to doing boring, silly marketing stuff that I'm doing. It's gonna drive cars like Waymo cars, the taxis in San Fran, the driverless cars, all done with AI. So it's coming, it's happening. So many jobs and departments which should not... Yeah, it's just the world needs to move on and adapt and evolve, and new jobs will appear, right? New jobs will appear. So here's a really good example. We're getting very, very, very debate-driven, aren't we, at the end of the stream? Here's an example. 20 years ago when I started my career, graphic design was about printed stuff. Newspapers, magazines, posters, all that. Everything was printed. Then the web came along, internet came along, and about half the designers went, well, that looks different, that looks like the future, we probably need to learn how to design websites and things like that, and then apps and so on and so forth. And half the designers went, too many rules, you can't be creative with that, I'm just going to stick to print. Just going to design printed material. Those guys can't get jobs anymore. We speak to them all the time. They're all like, oh yeah, I don't have to, I can't. We need designers now who are animators, can edit video, can design and build websites and things like that, and have that creative skill set. But we don't need people who can design brochures. And those guys are like, I need a job, and I can't employ you because you don't have any of the skills I need anymore. So I think it's the same again. People will learn how to use AI in a very interesting and different way. Somebody said the other day, it was like, here's a really boring stat, the world Economic Forum said something like 60% of the world's population are going to have to retrain in the next 3 years because AI is going to take the jobs, all the kind of administratively heavy jobs that you see in offices and stuff like that, just going to go. Just going to be done by computers. So, yeah, it's going to be really interesting. 62% was it NX? Yeah, I knew it was something like that. So, the world changing very... I mean, that's the problem, it's changing so fast. That's what's freaking people out. I spent, by the way, back to FarmSim for a second. I spent weeks sitting in this tractor going, it's so stupid that he hasn't put a power button here. You can't turn the tractor on or off. It's over here. There we go. There we go. We are diddly done. Mythos, I have an NX. I haven't read much into it, but it sounds exciting. They're doing some very interesting stuff. Anthropic, actually, Anthropic are one of the few AI companies that I think have a moral centre. Hey Mike, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Terminator type is coming, Cranks. I, for one, look forward to welcoming our robot overlords. I always say please and thank you to my AI when I'm doing stuff. Just in case. You never know. You never know. Right, on that slightly contentious little conversation I could talk about this for hours. Literally my days are spent talking about this, so if anyone wants to chat about it, we could happily talk about it at some point. But for now, I am going to go to my bed, because I have been up late the last few nights. But lovely to see so many of you in here. This is definitely very close to being a release candidate, so I will tidy up a few loose ends. Oh, see, tired, can't speak. Put my teeth back in. A few loose ends, and I will try and get things up and running quickly. So keep an eye on the website. Obviously, I'm going to do another video, and I'll probably announce it on Facebook and things like that. So, in the meantime, thank you all. You're all legends, and I will see you soon. Take care. Have a good one. Bye for now.